So good morning once again. Now we are going to start this chapter management. Management is a distinct process consisting of planning, organizing, actuating, and controlling, performed to determine and accomplish stated objectives by the use of human beings and other sources. Management is the process of designing and maintaining an environment in which individuals working together and groups efficiently to accomplish the desired targets. Management is an organizational subsystem which models all necessary aspects of organizational activities such that this model may be used for predicting, planning, and managing of the organization as a whole. The manager has to perform all these functions in order to achieve the desired organizational goals. So management is a distinct process, it is a different process in which you add planning, you organize something, uh, just starting from this, we plan for an suppose an event to Paryas, right? We plan for it, then we organize it, then we control that when that Paryas is happening, then we control that, and this the whole process is called a management of that particular uh, process or some particular event that you are going to organize. Such process is called management. Managing the whole process. Perform to determine and publish stated objective by the human. That can be achieved by the human being itself. And management is a process of designing and maintaining an environment in which individuals working together in a group to accomplish desired targets. So basically, management is a process in which we together work together to accomplish a particular work assigned to us, and together we work together and we accomplish the target that is desired. We are to both in our college we have to achieve something like we want to achieve autonomous, then we have to work together. Management will give us a target that we have to accomplish autonomous status, then we will work together to achieve that. Right? This is management. Now, next slide is functions of management. So different functions that are performed by management are planning. First of all, what is to be achieved? Then first planning is to be done. What do you want to achieve? Defining the goal, establishing the strategy. We talk about some outside industry. We can plan for something, right? If they are selling, particularly agency say Toyota, previously they are selling say two cars per week. They may have a strategy or some planning of selling at least 3 to 4 cars per week, and so on. The planning is like that. Then organizing is including determine what task has to be done and who is to do that. Then uh, in organizing something, you need to assign some task to some particular person. That thing will be done by him, and that thing will be done by him. Right? If you have some uh, process undergoing quiz, you arrange some quizzes also. So, what is the initial process? That particular person will uh, entertain the registration process. Then someone will arrange questions, and someone will arrange the results of the candidates who those were taken the quiz contest. So this is organization. You have to work on it. Who will do what task in this particular? Uh, if you plan something according to that. Staffing includes recruitment of people and training them towards the project. Staffing is sometimes the desired plan needs some new fresh uh, candidates to join this particular institute, including the requirement processes should be there, and if training is required, then training should be arranged for that. Directing, including uh, motivations to employees and directing the activities. First of all, in directing, we motivate this particular employee. So if you are going to do that, then you will be uh, even this much benefits and so like that. The motivation will come from that. If you does that, you will be promoted to that. If you does particular job, you will be given monetary benefits, etc. Controlling the process of monitoring the performance of the function. When you talk about arranging something, we have a target. Suppose we want to arrange a Prayas in our column, right? So monitoring is you should give a schedule that that event should happen between this to this, and that event should happen from this to this. Suppose in the morning the registration starts at 9 and it should be completed till 10:30. Then from 10:30 onwards we plan events like 10:30 to 11 the particular event has to be done, and from 11 to 11:30 so on. Then controlling the process. So you plan something, then controlling that particular event should complete in that particular time. Coordination, not separate function, but is an essential part of above listed five function of management. Then basically controlling all the above function is the coordination. Coordination is more than one or two departments are working together. When the coordination between these five should be there. This is all about the functions of a management. Then planning. If you want to do something, that has to be planned prior to that. Planning is deciding in advance what is to be done. What is to be done after say 1 year or 2 years, that has to be planned early. Like those students who are studying now right now, we are in seventh semester. You all should plan for something, right? After this completion of this BTech, I will plan for say I will go to abroad for study. Some will plan. I will be tracking that government job and test qualification test for that competition test, and many more planning should be there in your mind. That is deciding in advance what is to be done. What do you want to do? Say after 6 months, that has to be planned right now, and that is planned. When a manager plans, he projects a course of action for the future, attempting to achieve a consistent and coordinated structure of operations aimed to be desired. Right? This is plan. What is the importance of planning? Why we plan something? Planning increases efficiency. If you plan something, that will increase the efficiency of that particular institute. Or if you if you talk about yourself also, if you plan something right now that I will be cracking that particular go for GRE, I will go for that. You plan something, you have something planned in your mind, then you can work on it. If you work on it, then you will your efficiency will increase, right? If you think if you don't plan something, right, at this point, after completion of your BTech, then you will start thinking what will be done. Then there will be a wastage of time, say, so 5 to 6 months, in which you have to work on it. That what is to be done after that. If you plan that prior to that, then you can work in between these. Say in your training or then in training you can plan for and work on that. If you want to go for Canada, America, you can go for your IELTS classes and other courses classes in between your training period, and then you can see whatever is in your mind after completing your BTech. So planning makes it increase efficiency, and your efficiency will increase automatically. Planning is optimum utilization of all available resources. It helps reduce wastage of time, avoid duplication of the work, and the work. Planning reduces business-related risks. If you plan something, that planning will be considering all the aspects. You will consider all the aspects that is there. Like at this particular time, COVID is there. You will plan your whatever is to be done after say 6 months, that according to the conditions at this particular time, that there may be a third wave also, there may be, and that considering all these like, this risk, you will plan something, right? So if you're planning for that, then you are reducing the risk that is involved. Also helps to take necessary precautions to avoid these risks and prepare for the future insider schemes, right? and uncertainties like the COVID third layer may affect us. So that if you plan something, then you will consider that this is the possibility that third wave will come and that may affect the business of particular person. Planning provides direction. Direction means to give proper information, accurate instruction, and guidance to the subordinates planning. Tell us what is to do and how to do and when to do. Now, if you are planning in advance, like I want to go to Canada, right? Then you will be directed go for this IELTS training. Go for IELTS training. Give it 2 to 3. Go, give 2 to 3 months for this IELTS training. Then give a test. And this how it is to be done, right? Now, proper direction will be given to you. What is to be done after this? What is to be done after this? So, how to do and when to do. It helps to organization to achieve the goals through systematic coordination of the employees. Planning encourages creativity and innovation. If you are planning something, that will also encourage creativity in yourself and innovation. Planning helps managers to express their creativity and innovation. It brings satisfaction to the manager and eventually success of the organization. You're planning something that there will be you will be having that more creative, more innovative, like different aspects that can be studied, that can be planned earlier also. So that brings a satisfaction in itself to a manager. Planning helps and motivation. A good plan provides various financial and non-financial incentives to both manager and employee. If you plan work, if you plan work, suppose you are planning for the going to Canada. If you plan work, then like reaching Canada, a good your future and good financial life and all that. This brings a good motivation to you. But these incentives motivate them to work hard and achieve the objectives of the organization. Similarly, in the organizations also, suppose you have a plan to reach uh, per day production increase from 100 to 200 parts. If you increase that production, obviously that if you increase the production, then there will be increase in profit also. If the profit increases, then all the employees are given incentives on basis of that. Just financial as well as non-financial incentives are like if you have planned for something, non financial thing. If you plan something and it happens and it is done, then the satisfaction level is high. And that also motivates you. Planning helps in decision making. A manager makes many different plans. Then they evaluate every course of action and choose the best strategy. Basically, planning also helps in decision making. Why? If you are working on some planning, you are planning on planning something, and a single plan is not always planned. Basically, different plans are made, and out of these, a best plan is then selected. So the decision making facilities by planning. Planning helps to achieve objectives, right? The objective may be any objective, like in let us talk about this Nokia, Samsung, and Redmi. Uh, the planning may be Nokia may be planning that I will overtake or I will increase my production or sales more than Samsung, right? This can be the objective of Nokia, and similarly, Samsung may be having a strategy or some planning that I will not let Redmi to pass the production or sales of Samsung. So these can be the objective of particular industry related to that. Without planning, each and every activity will be based on trial and error, which will give rise to confusion. If you don't plan something, Then there will be hit and trial methods to that will be adopted for production, and that will may lead to the errors and confusion amongst the employees. Right? Every organization has certain targets. Planning helps an organization to achieve their aim by avoiding overlapping and confusion and misunderstanding. Right? Uh, Planning helps to reduce the overlapping of, right? Uh, a task that is to be done, that can be done in number of ways. If you don't plan that one employee will do it on one side and other will do from other side, and there may be overlapping of work also. So that is avoided if you plan and give instructions to the employee that this is to be done and this has to be done like this only. Then there is no confusion between employees, and that will give satisfaction related to that single work has to be done by in single way only, and all the employees feel satisfied about them, about these also. Now, planning provides basis for control. Planning is the first function and management. The other functions like organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling are organized for implementing plans. Controlling records the actual performance and compares it with standard set. In case the performance is less than standard set, the deviations are ascertained and proper corrective measures are taken to improve the performance in future. Now, once you have implemented some plan, there may be some defection to that particular plan. That can be again changed, corrective measures can be taken again to improve that performance in particular plan, right? Planning and controlling both are dependent on each other. Planning establishes standards for the controlling report. Planning is necessary for effective and efficient functioning of every organism, irrespective of size, type, and ability. Any organization, whether you talk about this college and any of the organization, we don't control some all the activities that is happening inside. So that the controlling can only be done with the help of planning. To plan that first session has to be done after say first week of September. Then controlling is uh, uh, fixing that, and you have planned that MSTs will be done on first week of the September. Then controlling is making it sure that that will happen on first week of September. Just an example. I'm not telling you that the first session will be on first week of September. Don't get confused with that, right? Now, this is steps in planning. So up to this is the importance of planning. Then this how to plan a process. This is steps that are followed while planning for anything, right? First of all, establishing verifiable goals. The first step in planning is to determine the enterprise objectives. These are more often set up by upper level managers. The objective may vary from desired sale volume to growth rate to development of new products. Verifiable goal. This is establishing first, yes, as I have told you, that particular organization may have a plan or goal of achieving 200 volume or 200 objects or 200 jobs done in 1 month. That is prior 100. From 100 to 200, they want to increase their production of products from 100 to 200, a particular organization. So this type of verifiable goals should be established before planning something. So what actually is desired by a particular organization. Then establishing planning preferences. Plans are made to operate. Then number of plans are made. Then premises is then selecting the best plan out of it. Premise selecting the best plan out of that. You may plan 5 to 6 plans for a particular goal. So premise is then selecting that particular plan that is to work on it. Plans are made to operate in the future. The second step in planning is to establish planning premises, the assumption on the basis of which plans will be ultimately formulated. So, selecting the particular plan, then assumptions are to be assumptions are to be selected on which that planning is to be implemented, or the success of planning may be important factor. Information related to future like population trends, economic conditions, production costs, and government controls. You may consider that particular plan that is to be selected, that what will be the future population trends and what is the condition, economic conditions, production costs, government, and all that. Like uh, in this particular case, these are the factors on which your uh, future may be dependent on the plan has to work or not. That can be selected out considering all these factors. This this suppose you want to increase the production of a particular car, or and then you launch suppose you want to launch a new car, that can be only considered like the demand of the people. Like in today's world, all the uh, people want a small SUV or compact SUVs and SUVs in their garage. So if you want to plan for a new car, then uh, you want to launch a new car, then a car should be an SUV that will remain competitive in this market, according to the study of the market. Deciding the planning period. The next task is to decide the period of the plan, whether it is yearly plan or plan which is spread over for a longer span of time. The, the second step, third step, sorry, deciding the planning period. You want to plan something that has to be implemented, say, for 6 months, for 8 months, for 1 year, for 1.5 years, so on. You have to plan, and plan should be fixed from for a period of time, right? Suppose I have given you an idea that if the company wants to launch a new car, that should be SUV in this particular time, and that plan should be so say for 1 year only, 1 or 2 years. The choice may vary up to 2 years. The people may start choosing sedan cars after 2 years or 5 years. Then a task is to deciding the planning period. That if you want that a new product that should be in between these two. The next task is decide a period of a plan, whether it is yearly plan which is spread over for a longer span of time. Choice of planning period is decided based on the time required to investment of new product, time required to recover capital investment, and length of investment. Right now, planning you have planned to launch a new car, and it takes a lot of time also to launch a particular car. Then it requires investment. Like you need all the jigs and fixtures for that, and you may need different products that is to purchase from outside, tires and all that. It involves a lot of investment in that. So you have to consider the investment also, then the time taken to that, and reflecting the demand also. The people that are in the market, what they actually want. So all these factors are taken into consideration while planning for a period of. Then finding alternative course of action. Next in planning is to search for and examine alternative course of action. Like expert may be sold directly to the customer by company salesman or through exclusive agency. A particular sale that is required. Suppose you want to increase sale, then you have to go for alternative course of action also, right? Giving directly to a customer or giving it to the say through selling it through some exclusive agencies. Like you can get a car from Novelty Hyundai, and you can get a car from that RM Hyundai. So sometimes that product is available directly from the salesman. Like you may have heard about that Amway and Modicare. They sell their product directly uh, through their salesman. Like uh, and no agency is there to sell their products, right? Evaluating and selecting a course of action. Having searched the alternative courses, the next step is to evaluate and analyze them in the light of premises and goals and select the best alternative. You may have searched about the different alternatives that are there, like selling it straight away from the salesman or through some agencies, like agencies of cars and so on. Then, out of these options, you have to select one, evaluating, selecting best out of these. Then, according to your goals and premises that you have selected, this is done with the help of quantitative techniques and operations. As you are learning the subject operations search and quantitative techniques, you use these techniques to select this particular plan is that is to be step. Then implementing the plan, the best possible course of action how has now to be implemented, putting the plan into action. So best plan is to be implemented. The previous step was to select them. Now, uh, once you have selected that, that has to be implemented on your industry or organization, putting the plan into action. For this, the managers have to develop a derivative plan for each department, right? If you plan for increase in growth rate from 100 to 200, then uh, you have to pass this information to different departments. Like if it is involved, a paint shop is involved, turning is required, drilling is required. You will inform all these departments with this that there will be an increase in the production that can be achieved by if you increase your say production from 100 to 200 painting work per job, so on. So this is communicated with different departments that there are there in the particular system. Last step is then measuring and controlling the process. Have planned for 100 to 200 parts per day or per month, then controlling that. Then short-term plan is there like 200 parts per month. That can be six parts, 6 to 7 parts per day. Then controlling that 6 to 7 parts per day. Then hourly, it should be if it is an 8 hours shift, then planning it according to that 1 hour, how much product is to be made in 1 hour or 2 hours. The process of controlling is critical part of the plan it, implemented it, then checking it out what is going on and what plans are there to increase the production and how much it is being achieved. They need to check the progress of the plan, follow up so that they can take a remedial action if the plan is not working. Suppose the production by all means is not being increased, it is required 6 to 7 parts per day. That by putting in all efforts, you are not able to increase from 4 to 5 uh, parts per day. Then remedial action may be taken. Like you may have to employ more employees for that, and you may need some extra equipment or tools to increase the output of that particular task. Right? Types of plan. Now, let me take a pause. So coming back to types of plan, objective, different types of plans are objectives, strategies, policies, and procedures, programs, rules, and budgets. So these are types of plan. Objective. An objective may be defined as a goal which an organization tries to achieve. Objectives are trends are the end towards which the activity of the particular aim. Objective provides direction to various activities and serve as a benchmark of measuring the efficiency and effectiveness of the organization. Like this objective may be to achieve that goal of say particular increase the production from 100 to 200. That may be the objective of an organization. The objective can be to increase or surpass the sales of a particular car or mobile phone. I given you example of Samsung and that Redmi. Redmi may have an objective that I will surpass or increase production or sales from Samsung, and Samsung may have a strategy or objective of not to let others pass sales because of Samsung. So, like this is the objective. This may be the objective of particular strategy. Like a strategy is a special kind of plan format to meet the challenge of this policy of the company. Strategy can be shaped by the general forces operating in an industry and economy. Strategy must be consistent and with the external environment. So, strategy is how to implement a plan that then you have to make a strategy for that. We are planning to achieve that particular plan. The special kind of plan format to meet the challenge of policy. Right? Strategy can be shaped by the general force operating. It is a strategy is like a plan, and whatever the objective may be, it can be implemented with the help of some strategy. Policies may be described as a plan which are meant to serve as a broad guiding decision making. So, that's some organization. Uh, there should be some policies related to that, like policy for needs of their employees, policy for going out from the organization, policy for say selling something, policy for return of particular product, so on. You want to return a product that is received from Flipkart. They have, I think, 30 days return policy. So policies are like broad guidelines to this to make a decision particular. So, policy exists at various levels of time. Policy should be definite, positive, and clear. Policy should be very clear and it should be positive and definite. Policy is standing plan with decision making. It should be referred to as general statement of decision making. So they have made a policy that after say 30 days you will not be you cannot return the particular product. So this made a line after that you cannot return a particular product. You can return a product before that if you have something there is some problem with that particular. Okay? So this clears or clear the guidelines to the employees also and to the that customer also. That can be returned only in that way. This is policy, then procedures. Now you want to return something, then there should be a procedure for that. How to return that? These are laid down the manner or method by which work is to be performed. You want to take some product from the online sites, then you want to return it. So there is some procedure for that. First of all, you select that part from a particular article from the web app, then you pay for it, then that is from their side that is then packed and then it is sent via sales or marketing and all that. And it reaches your house, then you check for the product, then you go again to the that app, then you click on the return option of that particular product. Then they send the representative to collect that product and then it is sent back to the company. So that is the procedure of doing everything. Right? Programs are precise plans which need to be made to discharge a non-repetitive task. To exclude or to eliminate a non-repetitive plan, there should be a program. Essentially, letting the other programmers are time chasing and budgeting. Special dates should be laid down for completion of each successive stage of the program. Suppose there is product needs 10 days to completely manufacture that. So each and every day should be planned that this much work should be done up to first day, this much work should be done up to second day. So an enterprise has a program of opening 5 branches in different parts of the country. This is an example of so that they can allocate funds and time to work. So first of all, let us take an example that a company needs to open 5 branches in different parts of the country. First of all, what is to be done is it's securing the necessary accommodation. First of all, you should have that space. Branch, you want to open a branch, first you need a floor space for that particular. First, necessary accommodation is first. Requirement person to manage that. Opening a branch, that needs some man force, workforce for that. Then that is then arranged. Then arrange supply of goods that are to be sold. That goods are then arranged for that particular store. Rules and then budgets. Then you should follow some rules. Rules are explicit statement that tells the member of the organization what they can and cannot do. There should be some rules for that, like there should be some rules to do any of the tasks related to for an organization. There should be if you are selling a car, then the car should be in a running condition that should be tested for quality and so on. These are some of the rules that can be implemented for selling and then returning related issues. Use of mobile phones on at workplace during office hours is restricted. This particular rule should be like use of mobile phone for the student in college is restricted during 9 to 5. These are some of the rules that an organization works on. Budgets are the plans of future future planning, containing statement of expecting results in the medical term. Budgets are very useful for an enterprise. Being expressed in the medical term, they are facilitates comparison of actual results with planned ones and serve as a control. Important budgets are sales budget, production budget, cash budget, and so budget is basically financial related issues. So you have to plan for that also. What is the sales budget? What is the production budget? And cash budget, the revenue, and expense budget. Different expenses related to the working of particular organization, right? So these are some of the types of plans. Then now I want to launch another poll. Next step for today's lecture is organizing. Next slide is organizing. Organizing is the process of identifying and grouping the work to be performed, defining and delegating responsibility and authority, and establishing relationship for the purpose of enabling people to work most efficiently together in a company, accomplishing objectives. The organizing is the process of defining and growth the activities of enterprising, establishing authority relationships among them. Organizing is a way in which the work of the group of people is arranged and distributed among group members. You may have heard about Department of Mechanical Engineering is organizing what we do. So organizing is arranging something, right? Organizing is the process of identifying and grouping the work to perform, defining, and delegating. And there should be one person that is allocated that you are talk about. I want to arrange a volleyball match, a volleyball tournament. Uh, we will assign that task to say 1 or 2 students, both Jitendra and Chandan. Chandan and Jitendra will divide the work accordingly. That I will go for the registration purpose. One will say I will go for registration, and the second one will say that I will arrange for the referee and all. Then one third person may be there to arrange for the trophies and all. Like that. There is some authority and responsibility. Authority may be a teacher, coordinator may be there, like police may be there that who will guide the gender and then one other person for all these activities. One authority, one responsibility. Responsibility is between Yatandar and Chandan, and authority may be what is that, and so on. First of all, you have to select the activities that is or work that is to be assigned. That will be assigned with the help of some authority. Similarly, in our college also, the authority principal want to arrange something, they ask us to be arranged, and then facility coordinator, what is to be done in that is being defined by the principal. Establishing relationship for the purpose of enabling people to work most effectively together in publishing the public. So particular the objective of our that may be to arrange a volleyball tournament. Then no, that may be fixed according to that. There are three tasks. That is for registration, then arranging for the referee and all that, and arrangement of the ground arrangements, and third one is arranging for the trophy. Now that three tasks will be given to three according to their choice. One will say that I will see the ground. One other one will say that I will see the registration according to the choices. Then you give them the work according to the choice, they will do it more effectively, more in a much better way. Right? This is organizing. The importance of organizing. It facilitates efficient management. Organizing is necessary for the performance of other functions of life. Poor organization may result in duplication of work. A good organization is necessary, right? If you assign three different tasks to three people, then that can be done in a simple and much better way. If you what is a poor organization, that suppose two Jatinder and Chandan will be looking after that ground, and nobody is responsible for giving a trophy. So that same task will be done by both, and no one is there for the arranging of trophies and all. So poor organization results in duplication of work and effort. Same work is being done by Jatinder and then, but there is no work done still pending. Some work is still pending. So it is a poor. It facilitates coordination and communication. Organization creates a clear-cut relationship within the department, helps in laying down balance in various activities. Like if you are organized, there will be a good communication between, as I given your example, there will be a good coordination that, that when you are for registration purposes, when you found that these five teams are being with the name, and they will have to you have to make matches for them to the ground, for some related to the ground. Then uh, one person that is available for province, we ensure that only two first and second place partners will be taken out. First person who starts stands first and second, then he has to arrange. So there is a mutual relationship between these all these employees who are those are involved in a particular who are working under organized system. It also provides technical communication coordination. Then third, it facilitates growth and diversification. Now, if it is good organization, sound organization helps in the growth and expansion of enterprise by facilitating its helps increase the productivity of employees. So if it is a well-organized system, then it does it will help in increasing the efficiency of system, and it will increase the capacity of the particular. It ensures optimal use of resources. Organization leads to optimal use of material, financial, and human resources. Right, one task is given to one person, then it will leads to increase utilization of sources like ground utilization, human resources utilization, and all that. It matches the job with the individual and vice versa, and so that job is really defined. So in this the particular job which is clearly defined. Right? One person has to teach. Suppose in this college, suppose there is a randomness. Uh, Once I have taken IEM lecture, and second time some other is going to teach IEM. Once I will take fluid mechanics lecture, some other day, some other will take. So this is not a good argument, which there is no responsibility for particular person for completion of that particular. So it minimizes the confusion and wastage of resources. So if it is organized, that confusion will be reduced and wastage will be reduced. It provides for optimum use of technology and innovation. Sound organization structure is not rigid, it is flexible and provides adequate scope for adoption of new technology. The new technology can be adopted by this organized structure. It facilitates specialization. Organization provides great scope for bringing specialization in every department or to proper allocation of jobs. And you keep on doing something again and again, so you are specialized in that. Like as I have taught fluid machinery, I think 5 to 6 times. So I am say specialized in fluid machinery. Similarly, in working environment also, if one person is holding a CNC, particular CNC machine, then he becomes specialized for that particular CNC. So organization can be understood in two different ways: organization as a process, organization as a structure. There can be two types of organization: one is as a process and as a structure. Organization as a process refers to the way in which the work of a group is arranged and distributed among members to efficiently achieve the effect. It creates a relationship of one job to another and lays down the scope of authority and strength. So, in a process, it gives or distribute work is being distributed among different members of that particular organization, and it creates a relationship of one job to the other. And it also maintains a good relationship between authority and responsibility. Which is fixed in such a way that in manner that work is performed with speed, accuracy, and so the work is being assigned to each one. His work is so fixed so that work is done with great speed, accuracy, and economical. Then steps that are there in organization. First one is determination of objective. The purpose of organization must be identified. Particular organization want to organize something, that purpose of that must be identified and objective determined resources and various activities should be done to achieve the organization's goal. So objective should be very clear to you, then determine the resources and various activities should be done. So you want to arrange a particular say cricket match or a volleyball match and so on. Then what is required and what work is to be done in that particular thing. That must be identified in that. And resources that are required. You need some batting kit for if you are arranging a cricket match. If you are arranging for that volleyball match, you need a ball, you need a net and all that. These must be taken into consideration. Identification and grouping of activities. If group members are to pool their efforts successfully, there must be proper division of major activities. Right, as I have told you earlier, also, you have some fixed objective or organize something. You want to organize, you first divide the work. Which work can be done with more efficiency by which person. There must be proper division of the major. Proper division on a day. But each job should be accurately classified in jobs. This will avoid duplication of work. To divide the work properly, and then it can avoid the duplication of work. Duplication of work is the same thing done by more 1 or 2% simultaneously. Assignment of duties. After grouping the activities into various jobs, As per the nature of work, similar activities should be placed under one department. Once you have grouped the activities of various organizations, then similar activities should be placed under one department. Same work is to be done, uh, then that works. If you want to do registration for suppose we want to arrange a trials, right? There are a number of activities that are there, like online competition, solo song competition, number of activities are Rangoli competition and gaming. So on. Registration board. So one task that is registration that can be done by a similar same department. So that what has to be assigned to the single department. That you will go for registration of that activity also, that activity also. That. So same task has to be given to same department. Similar activity should be placed in one department. Each individual should be given a particular task or ability in skill. As I told you earlier, I may be good in say registration. I may not be good in maintaining the display in particular activity. So in Prayas also there is two types of work that are two to three types of work that is given to the faculty. Right? One is there for the maintaining the discipline at the uh, seminar hall or that auditorium, right? So one is good at maintaining a discipline, and another one is good at arranging some activity, and one is good at some registration and all that. So these things are divided according to their skills and abilities. Establishing relationship among individual and group. The activities which are performed by person holding different positions must be related. Every person in the organization should know about their responsibility or authority. Once you have given a task to particular employee and all that, that particular employee should be well aware about his responsibility, what is required from that particular employee, his authority, what he can do, if he is maintaining the discipline, what are his responsibilities, he has to maintain the discipline, authority, he can, if one student ask him to leave that authority, or whatever his authority is. And accountability is if someone misbehaves in accountability of that particular. So that so there is a coordination among individual parties, right? Organization as a structure. An organization as a structure shows the authority responsible relationship between the legislation and the organization. So authority responsibility shows organization as a structure. An organization as a structure shows the authority responsibility relationship and authority responsibility relationship. One is authority, so given responsibility to someone, and these should be good relationship with these people by showing who reports whom, who reports to which authority, right? It lay down the pattern of communication and coordination in the company. It also encourages the communication and coordination in the enterprise, facilitates growth of the enterprise by so by organizing something, you want increasing or growth is increased by handling diverse different types of situations. Organization there is you shown on an organization chart with two types of organization structure. There are two types of organization structure, functional structure and divisional structure. Right? This type of organization structure is formed by grouping all activities into functional departments, putting each department on one head. Functional structure leads the specialization, it promotes efficiency and results in increased profit. This type of organization structure is formed by grouping together all activities into functional departments, putting each department under one head. Functional structure leads the specialization, it promotes efficiency and results in increased profit. It's suitable to organization where operations require high degree of specialization. For example, a steel manufacturing company has divided its structure into manufacturing, finance, marketing, research and development. As it has diversified activities. operation requires high degree of specialization. So there are two types of structures. That is, one is functional and another one is organization as a structure, right? Functional structure and divisional structure. Now let us see what is functional structure. Uh, Topmost position in this particular case is CEO, Chief Executive Officer. So it has four departments. After this, one is finance, marketing, human resource, and operations. Now, financial collection and receivables, purchasing, and accounting. Right. The work that is being done by finance department is collection and receivables related to monetary things. In purchasing things and accounting, purchasing is if an organization wants to purchase something for a department, some of the departments need some cold water when purchasing of that water cooler for them and counting all these activities. Then under CEO there is a marketing and sales, business development. Uh, there is a department at marketing and sales. Product is say any product connecting rod, say connecting rod. They have to sell it to increase the sale. There is a marketing and sales department that keeps on increasing the business for the particular company and sales, particular sales. They keep on talking to different aspects. They are expected to purchase that connecting rod from them and sales, actual sales and product, right? Then the third department is human resource department. As there is a requirement of different workforce from different departments, they keep on collecting that information in human resource and they keep on hiring new employees wherever they are required, payrolls and training also. These things are maintained by human resources. Operations, production, logistics is uh, taking the raw material from outside, food from all the structures and all that, and sending that finished product to the patient wherever it is required, wherever it is being sold out for film. Such and development and also from the R&D. So this is the structure, functional structure of functional structure, right? Now let us take another code, then we will move ahead. Let us take 5 minutes and solving this. Now next structure, the original structure. In large companies often find it to be operate as one large unit under functional organization structure. The size of the company makes it difficult to manage to oversee operational stream. To overcome this problem, most of the large companies are now structured as divisional. Each division functions relatively autonomously work because it contains most of the function expertise under each unit. The division can be formed according to the product, customer process, or graphical division. For example, Samsung has multiple projects based on division. Each product division has its own manufacturing, research and development, marketing, finance department. Now, if there is a large structure, company is close unit of close clients are manufacturing that they are having their refinery, they are working on in telecom sector, they are working on uh, goods that is being fresh is there. There are a number of businesses they are running. Now, to see all these businesses, they follow divisional structure. See what is there, divisional structure. One CEOs there. One is say this is jewelry division and electronic division and home good division. So, whatever the business made, for particular, talking about different companies, they may have different working different units or such different divisions. one CEO, and they are having three of its businesses or organizations under him, right? Like the CEO of Google is Sundar Pichai, and Google is having different businesses like they are having Chrome and other businesses. They are having Google Chrome and Google having Google Maps and Google all these comes under the main Google CEO. The CEO of Google is some different division. They will work. Now the other division it will have purchase, marketing, sales, and finance. Again, electronic division will have purchase, marketing, sales, and so on. Similarly, different in the department. These four departments will be third. That can be four divisions. This is divisional structure. Again, study this in the evening also. I'm going to end this lecture now.